Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam. Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It is 8 a.m. on a federal holiday. Most of us celebrated Juneteenth on Saturday and yesterday. But I announced last week, and for those of you that are wondering, Jimmy's on at 8 a.m. We're trying something new this week, coming on at 8 a.m. But I wanted to go ahead and start this morning off with a performance that I saw yesterday. We attended so many events over the last week, but yesterday I got to see this young lady perform the national anthem. And though yesterday was technically the holiday, the United States, as of a year now, has dedicated the Monday around the 19th to be dedicated to the federal holiday, the Juneteenth holiday. Though here in Boston, we've been doing it up and celebrating it. Started out as Roxbury Homecoming, and it's evolved into this wonderful event that takes place at Franklin Park every year. And this year was dope as well. But I wanted to start this new 8 a.m. quick shot on a holiday, and y'all can hear. May not be able to see, maybe you can. Hold on. You can hear that I am tired, but it was worth it. It was worth it. And so we're going to go ahead and start off this morning with this young lady that I had the opportunity to meet yesterday and hear her version of the Black National Anthem. So we're going to go ahead and show that to you at this time, dedicated to Juneteenth this morning.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the hope that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the faith that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
She was definitely awesome. A great, humble sister. I loved her iteration of that. And that was just one of the events that took place yesterday. Massachusetts General Hospital, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, also Dudley Main Streets had a more health-centered event that took place yesterday. And there was a fashion show involved. Like, it was definitely a dope event. So let's back up a little bit. Some of you know that we went to the King Boston Embrace Festival all last week, and that was definitely an inspiring and encouraging event. And then on Saturday, we had the cookout at Franklin Park, and your boy was on the grill for a couple of hours, and it was definitely awesome to be there with Boston While Black, the NAACP, the Urban League of Eastern Massachusetts, the City of Boston Black Employees Network was there, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, Omega Phi, oh Jesus, the Omegas were there, the Q Dogs were there. I saw the Deltas, they were there. Woke Women Radio was there. The Partnership was there. And I think I said Boston While Black. Boston While Black was definitely there. We represented very much. And it was definitely a good weekend. And my understanding is we had wonderful events all over the city. Hyde Park had their Juneteenth event. And so I just wanted to start off with that. Let's go into the cafe and see who's in the 8 o'clock hour. Shout out to everybody that's been faithful for over the past 2.5 years that come in at 9 a.m. We're going to figure it out. I'm wondering now if I'm going to hop back on live at 9. I'm wondering. We'll see what happens. But Rob, my brother, good to see you on Saturday as well. I saw you riding up the street on your green monster, bruh. Stan, good morning. Happy Juneteenth to you as well. Rob, happy Juneteenth to you as well. Dow Drumright from Tennessee, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Miss Teresa, good morning. Happy Juneteenth. Good to see you in the room. Sister Debbie, it feels good to say good morning to you and not have to owe you your mugs. Good to see you. Rena, good morning. Intentional self-care. Good to see you in the room. Also, Pastor Marion, good morning. Good to see you as well. Pastor Marion, CNN did do a wonderful event last night. So it's not the best quality, and I recorded it for the sound. But since Pastor Marion brought it up, let's watch Yolanda Adams' performance of the Black National Anthem last night. I mean, since Pastor Marion, but Teresa, I'm not messing with you. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So hopefully I don't get kicked off of this. It's not live in the moment with CNN. But since Pastor Marion mentioned CNN's performance last night, as she has right here, let's listen to Yolanda Adams' rendition of the national anthem.
Lift every voice and sing to earth and heaven. Ring with a harmony of plenty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the misting sky.
So for those of you that are just tuning in, that wasn't the best version, but since the Pastor Marion brought it up, I thought I would share Yolanda Adams' rendition last night, as well as we opened up with Lord Jesus, what was the young woman's name? Gloria Brand. I'm here from Boston, that opened us up this morning. But to Teresa's point, I can't believe her. For those of you that were paying attention to what's going on with Local Plumbers 12, there was a text that went out. And supposedly this man is still asserting that, you know, it was a typo in his text as he was trying to type something. And he made a reference to Melon Monday. So that's what Teresa's talking about here, joking. But we understand that that young man resigned and is not with the Local Plumbers 12 anymore. So Christina, sister, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Cliff, it was good seeing you this weekend, man. Good to see you, sir. Saw you up on stage at the block party. Interesting. But good to see you, man. So we are checking in this week because, as I've mentioned, for those of you that are like, why is Jimmy on at 8 a.m.? I have mentioned that a lot of people have went back to work. I mean, it's interesting that I started today on a federal holiday and I didn't think about it. This is why it's always good to have a team and discuss things with people so they can say, hey, may not want to start on a federal holiday, but keeping my word, being here at 8 a.m. Donald, good morning, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you this weekend as well, man. It is just some sensitivity to those that want to watch. We want to make sure the information gets out to as many people as possible. So we're trying this 8 o'clock hour this week. However, for those of you that watch, we have Your Healthy Java, and that's at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And so, yeah, tomorrow is definitely going to be 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Today is going to be probably just 8 a.m. I may come back. Look, we'll figure it out. This is a trial week. We're seeing what's up. Feel free to put your preferences. If you prefer the 8 a.m. or the 9 a.m. hour, could we see Java with Jimmy going from like 8 a.m. to about 9:15 or 9:20 or so with different segments? Maybe. This is a trial period. You all know we stumbled into this place, and so we're figuring it out as we're building the plane, as we are flying. Speaking of planes, this weekend, Thursday or Friday, 1,700 flights were canceled. Yesterday, 891 flights were canceled. I have a trip plan coming up, and I'm nervous, and I don't do well with waiting. And if I get to the airport and they tell me that the flight is, first of all, they need to keep us up to date before we get to the airport. Two, if we get to the airport and the flight is delayed, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. But yeah, those that were flying for Father's Day, and let me say it, though it's after the fact, happy Father's Day related to all the fathers out there. Donald, I'm not sure if you have kids, but happy Father's Day. If so, Clint, happy Father's Day to you. Lasagna, we're definitely keeping you in our thoughts on the first Father's Day without your other 100. David, who else is in the room? Fathers wise. Daryl, happy Father's Day to you. Rob, happy Father's Day. Stan, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the room, those who are missing their fathers or their spouses, or their sons or nephews, those that are remembering those that have transitioned, who are fathers as well, or fathers who are missing their sons or children or whatever. We hold all of you today, though it's after the fact. But I wanted to thank those of you that came in for the 8 o'clock hour. It is Juneteenth, so I'm not going to hold you long. Stan is saying happy Father's Day as well to all the fathers out there. And it was interesting because it was Juneteenth and Father's Day, though I got to say, along with the Black joy of Juneteenth, I saw a lot of activity on social media about fatherhood and Black fatherhood and Black joy, and fathers were showing generations. And there was a young man that did a post last night and really talking about the fact that he didn't have his example. Laval Folks did a post last night about Wait a minute. I'm seeing some chatter up here about the planes, but to all the fathers that maybe didn't have the best example before them when they were growing up and did everything within their power to be a good father, shout out to all of you. So Laval brought that up last night. Let's go back to my comment about flying. So Clint, yeah, you can call before you leave, but you'll be on the phone forever. And today we got apps, and so you can definitely check the apps. Teresa's saying if your flight gets canceled, that's got to. No, it's not. The devil. Donald saying, thank you, bro. My daughters and their friends enjoyed you emceeing yesterday. Man, yesterday was an awesome event. The whole weekend was, but that is dope. And good to see you in the room. Good to see you in the room. Stan, yes, you can track. Thank you. You can track the flight online or on the app as well. But as Pastor Marion is saying, but by the time you get to the airport, it could be canceled. And I just see, I'm even thinking about it now. I just want to get on the plane, get to the airport by 2 hours early. Yes, I go 2 hours early, even on a local flight, because I don't like rushing. I want to get to the airport, check in, get on the plane. One woman told a horror story this morning that her flight was canceled on Saturday. She got on the flight yesterday. They sat on the tarmac for 4 hours, I think she said. And then they canceled the flight still. See, I'm not there yet. And that would just be an interesting process. Cliff, yes, I do the insurance on the flight. So if it gets canceled or whatever, but even if they cancel it, they still owe us some compensation. But yes, I do insurance on the flight. And today, y'all, I do insurance at the hotel too. It's only like, I think $7 a night, and has something to do with COVID. But yes, Cliff, I have insurance. So, but still, I just don't want to go through the aggravation, because I want to get to where I'm supposed to go. Forget all that other stuff. And Cliff, I thank you for the insurance information, but I don't want to deal with that. I just want to get on the plane and get where I'm supposed to go, and forget what Teresa said about if your flight gets canceled, you're supposed to stay your butt at home. No. They just need to catch up. The flights are going through what they're going through because during the pandemic, not as many people were flying. Some pilots took early retirement. And so now, that we back outside, though we still have variants and things out there, they can't keep up with the demand. And what the news is naming is the next surge in flights is around the 4th. Well, guess who's leaving around the 4th? Anyway, Lasagna said 4 hours and then the flight is canceled. I may catch, listen, I don't even want to think about it. Do you all have any plans flying away? Put them in the comments and let us know where you're going this summer before we get ready to wrap up. Listen, I wanted to make sure that you guys remember and know in 3 days, and as we get closer to it, I'm getting more nervous. But in 3 days, we are going to the ICA. Java with Jimmy on the waterfront at the ICA is taking place this Thursday at 5 p.m. for the closeout event for Waterfront Wellness Week. Our panelists include Dr. Joe Betancourt, Senior Vice President for Equity and Community Health at Massachusetts General Hospital. Also CEO and founder, Sheena Collier. She is the CEO and founder of Boston While Black and also the Collier Connection. In addition to both of them, we have CEO and President James Morton of the Boston YMCA will be with us, and also Reverend Mariama White Hammond from the city of Boston, who is the Chief of Climate and the Climate Czar for Mayor Michelle Wu. And also, beginning though before the panel at 5 p.m., we're going to have an after-work social with resources and networking. There will be beverages available for purchase, but there'll be some food there as well. And we are going to have our ears tickled, and we're going to dance and exude Black joy thanks to DJ Jeff 2 Times, who's going to be with us at 5 p.m. All the way till 6:30 p.m. And at 6:30, we're going to have the panel. And then we're going to, and there, there's a little surprise that will be shared with you. Nothing major, nothing too big, but a little surprise that will be shared with you at the end of the panel. So please make sure, I'm telling people now, on Wednesday and Thursday, please don't hit me for the link with questions. And no, registration is right here All the information you need right there is right there. There's a link to the ICA, which has information about parking. And so there's the information. Please register. So we have an idea. The last count that I had was at about 80. And we're looking, to seat about 100. Boston While Black released it. Ran into a bunch of people yesterday that said they can't wait to see me on Thursday. And so Thursday is going to be very interesting. And so please, those of you that have been with me the past 2.5 years, those of you who have come in the past 2 days or in the past hour, it would be great to see you in the place. I got to see Stacy. Let me show y'all. I got to see Stacy this weekend. She came out showing off in her wonderful, hold on, let me get to it. She came out showing off in her wonderful African attire. Let me show y'all some of the Java fam that I got to see out in the community this weekend. Where is it? Let me show Stacy off real quick. Stacy, it's good to see you in the room. Here she goes. Stacy came up to Franklin Park and hung out at the Juneteenth event. And there she is. Look at Stacy, y'all. Oh, come on. Look at Stacy. Java fam looking all wonderful. Stacy, it's good to see you in the room this morning, as always. Stacy is one of the ones amongst others that has been with us from the beginning. Stacy said she's on her way to Texas. Listen, I got to get back to Dallas myself. Right downtown Dallas, across from the little park with the waterfall and the spring. And that's on the list. Tara, good morning, Miss Curry. I'm joking, and we both move in the space of trauma, but seeing your new last name this morning just brought me a little bit of trauma. Still, shout out to the Celtics. Though they didn't win, Boston, we're going to hold them down no matter what. Sister Soraya is in the room. Good morning. Good to see you in the room. I saw your daughter yesterday. I didn't see you at the park. We were looking for you yesterday. Stan is saying he's hitting Florida, South Carolina, Vegas, and day trip to New Hampshire. All right, pimpin'. Get out there. Stacy, of course, it was definitely good to see you. Naraki, beautiful. Good morning. Good to see you in the room. Barbara, good morning. Good to see you in the room as well. See, we got a different set of folks up in here at 8 a.m. So we're going to figure it out as we go. Pastor Marion says she ain't going nowhere. Teresa says she's going to be home on the range. Listen, Tasha says she's making it down to Florida. Yeah, I caught that bug last year. That first trip to Miami, and then it rained for 3 days. So, I had to, y'all remember last year, I think I spent about 4 weeks in Boston from July to September. And I get it. And we haven't heard too much about the V word, other things about COVID. So just pray more people are getting vaccinated. The pediatric vaccination is available. I believe it was approved. I have to double check. So I get for those that I've contemplated going back and forth in my bubble. But I'm going to be masked up. And only thing I'm doing on my trips is going to eat, walk beaches, get in the water. Did I say eat? And sleep. That's it. Listen, everyone, thank you for tuning in for our first 8 a.m. quick shot this week that we're trying. It's good to see some folks that can't make it at the 9 a.m. hour anymore. It's good to see new folks like Donald in the room as well. And we'll be back at 9 a.m. for the regulars. We're trying this week, but we'll be back at 9 a.m. for the folks that usually come on at 9 a.m. We'll be back at 9 a.m. So with that being said, I'm going to get off now and go take a quick 20-minute nap so I can have a decent voice. But I kind of like this voice for the radio. It almost sounds like Stan's. But we'll be back at 9 a.m., folks, and we'll see you then. Again, we're trying this 8 a.m. hour to see if that is more convenient for folks to come in and get as much information as possible. Here's some commentary from me. And speaking of commentary, this Wednesday at 12 noon, Mayor Wu is coming back into the Java Cafe. And we're going to have a conversation about a few things. And so Mayor Wu will be with us for her monthly appearance every fourth Wednesday here in the Java Cafe, but that is at 12 noon. The team said she could do the 9 a.m. hour, which I'm glad we didn't do that, because then I would have had to try to move her at 8, and that wouldn't have worked. And so Mayor Wu is coming in at 12 noon, but they really wanted her to be able to sit and talk. The last couple of times that she's been on, she's been in the car and en route, and the team was very adamant about her being placed, and so we can have an in-depth conversation. So Mayor Wu will be with us on Wednesday at 12 noon. And last but not least, so Thursday is usually the last day of Java with Jimmy. And so closing out Thursday evening, don't forget, I need to see your face in the place at 5 p.m. On Thursday. It's and if you know me well, you know when I stutter, I either have not eaten, not slept, or I don't know. Thursday is just, whew, yeah. It's just going to be, it's 3 days away. Lord Jesus. I don't think I'm going to have any Java on Wednesday and Thursday, so I can keep my nerves intact. But I have to be honest, I'm very excited about this on Thursday, you all, to go from, it wasn't even this phone, I don't think. It may have been this phone, but to go from a phone sitting in front of me, my whole office and storage room exposed, to this, to the ICA. Yeah. Interesting. All right. Come back at 9 a.m., everyone. It's a whole different set of folks. We may have some folks that are in here now. But thank you for those that came for the 8 a.m. quick shot. We will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. as well. A lot of work this week. Come back at 9 a.m. and we'll see you then, everybody.